You do lots of life cycles as rabbis in the synagogue, but one of the things that Rabbi Dershowitz did a lot during the years that I've been here was conversions and bringing people into Judaism, specifically through the American Jewish University. And when you would sit on a Beit Din with him, 3 rabbis and a candidate, I'm not sure who was more nervous, the candidate or the other rabbis that were sitting with Rabbi Dershowitz, because the questions that he were asking, it wasn't that he was grilling a candidate, but you could tell he really cared, not about the moment that we were in, about to go to the mikveh, but always the question he would ask was, when I come into your home in 5 years, how will I know it's a Jewish home? And that's a question that I have continued now as I serve on different Beit Dins for conversions, of hearing his voice and knowing why he was asking that. Because he wanted these seats to be filled. He wanted our Jewish world to be together, to walk into a house, a Beit Knesset, but really a bait, and understood that his work was actually creating that. And so to witness that and then to see so many, not only of the people he brought into Judaism, but then their children and grandchildren continue to answer that question in real life, was truly a bracha and a blessing to all of us.
My name is Louie Kemp. I met Rabbi Dershowitz about 70 years ago when I was a young camper at Herzl Camp in northern Wisconsin. He was the director of the camp, and he had a tremendous influence on me and all the campers. Thousands of kids went to Herzl, and we all owe a great thanks to Rabbi Dershowitz. I went there for 5 years. Many friends that I have today, I met at Herzl Camp, including Bobby Zimmerman, better known as Bob Dylan. And so on behalf of Bobby and myself, we owe a great gratitude, and thousands of other campers, to Rabbi Dershowitz. In the late 70s, Bobby and I were driving down Wilshire Boulevard, heading east. We stopped at the Beverly Glen light, and we looked over at the billboard in front of the shul, and it said the rabbi's name was Rabbi Zvi Dershowitz. So we looked at each other, we said, can that be our Rabbi Dershowitz from Herzl? We said, well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go in. So we parked the car, we went in, we walked up to the receptionist, and we said, we'd like to see Rabbi Dershowitz. We weren't dressed like everybody else, so she kind of looked us up and down and said, well, do you have an appointment with the rabbi? I said, no. She said, well, you can't see Rabbi Dershowitz without an appointment. I said, well, just tell him that Bobby and Louie are here from Herzl, and we'd like to see him. She wasn't too inclined to do it, but we persuaded her to do it. She went into his office, she came back and said, please follow me, the rabbi would like to see you. So we walked in, he stood up with a big smile, and I said, Rabbi, I don't know if you remember us. He said, remember you? You see this gray hair I have? You guys are responsible for a lot of it. So we hugged and we had a great reunion, and he invited us to come to his house for Passover. You remember that? And we came, and it was wonderful. And then after that, I took Zvi to one of Bobby's concerts at the Forum, and he loved it. And then in the early 90s, I had a Minnesota party at my house in Pacific Palisades, and about 350 people showed up. Many Minnesota people live in Southern California. You don't blame them. It's 20 below zero there in the winter, you know. And so I invited Zvi and Tova to come, and many of the people there were ex-campers of Herzl, and it was a great reunion for them also. So I'm here today not only to represent myself and Bobby, but all the ex-Herzl campers who he had such a profound effect on, and who we love him so much and will never forget him.